If you've watched any vlog on my channel in the last 3 to 6 months, or you've had a conversation with me in person, I feel like it's becoming very evident that I have just been in this really deep rut of feeling overwhelmed and burnt out. And that mindset, even though it's not necessarily intentional, is becoming exhausting. So, and I think I've maybe been accidentally prioritizing other people or deadlines or events before taking care of myself in a very basic way. And I want this week to be an intentional start to fixing that, to feel more like myself. Before I lose the rest of daylight in this apartment, I wanted to go through the 10 things that I wrote down to actively do or work towards this week. And the first one being showing up for myself and being kinder to myself. I feel like I have just been so unnecessarily hard on myself lately. Even filming videos, like that was like a sub task that I wrote down. It's just not refilming clips 10 times for no reason. I started filming this intro at 5:30 this afternoon and it's currently 7:22, and it was a maybe minute and a half clip. Like, I just need to be more forgiving with myself, I think. The second thing I wrote down was to drink 2 full water bottles a day, which an extremely achievable task, but I fail to do it sometimes. And it's one of those things you hate that people are right about. You feel so much better holistically when you're drinking water. And kind of in that same vein, I want to make sure that I'm cooking dinner for myself this week. And by that, I literally mean not Uber Eatsing McDonald's. I feel like I've just been sending myself down this spiral lately of like, I'm not feeling good about myself. I'm really overwhelmed. I'm not like taking care of myself. And then on top of that, I eat McDonald's 3 times a week. Like, there's nothing wrong with McDonald's, obviously, but I don't like the way it makes me feel. So why would I continue to do that? You know what I mean? So I want to make sure that I'm prioritizing cooking and making myself a meal every night. The fourth thing I wrote down was to work out 3 times this week and kind of get back in the habit of going to the gym. The next thing I wrote down was to check off 3 tasks from my to-do list that are weighing on me. So just like random tasks that have just been like looming rent-free in my mind that would honestly be pretty easy for me to just knock out so I can let go of that headspace, I guess. The next thing I wrote down was to clean my space before I go to bed every night, so I wake up to a freshly clean apartment. The 7th thing I wrote down was to take my car to a car wash and clean out any trash in it. I feel like it's just gotten really bad and I haven't done that in a while. Number 8, I want to reach out to a friend that I haven't seen in a while, whether that's somebody who lives here, and set up like a happy hour or a dinner, or reach out to a friend and just FaceTime them for a little bit. And the next thing on this list is to declutter 10 items from my home. I feel like I have a lot of stuff, even post-move, that I only held on to because I was like, well, let me see if I have space in the new apartment or if I need it, and I just don't. So getting rid of those items. There's a huge pile of stuff in my bedroom. I can't remember if I've showed it on this channel, but there's just like a corner of random art prints, cleaning supplies, like stuff that just needs to be relocated or decluttered. And then the last thing on this list is to gift myself something that promotes self-care, whether that's a new makeup product or new running shoes, something like that. Like I said, I've just been in this really deep rut, kind of like universally, if not feeling great about myself or what I'm doing or just like anything right now. So I feel like even if it's shallow of spending $40 at Sephora, if that makes me feel a little bit better, even if it's coming from a somewhat superficial place, like I personally am okay with that. But yeah, I feel like this is an achievable list. Like, this isn't something that I'm setting myself up for failure with. So I think tonight's goals are to drink more water, cook myself dinner, and clean up the apartment a little bit. Dinner. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the street noise in this apartment is absolutely insane. I guess I should have realized that. I don't know. I lived off Mass Ave for years and it was never this bad. But regardless, I am getting ready to make dinner and wanted to say a massive thank you to HelloFresh for constantly being such a big supporter of this channel. I feel like I talk about HelloFresh on my channel all the time and how much I love it, but I feel like I don't stress enough how much it truly taught me the basics of cooking and really brought me from like 0 to at least 80% proficiency in cooking. Like I feel like I have such a strong foundation in cooking and I got that from having a HelloFresh subscription. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's easy for me to default into ordering a greasy takeout, which is just so bad for my health and my wallet as well. HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and on average 25% cheaper than takeout. HelloFresh's produce is picked at peak ripeness and is shipped straight from the farm to your door, so you're getting everything in less than a week, ensuring that everything is fresh and ready to go. So you guys know the deal. I get the 3-meal box for 2 people and usually opt for more vegetarian or chicken turkey type options. So I think tonight I'm actually gonna try out this vegan broccoli sun-dried tomato pasta, which I've never had, so I'm super excited to try this. If you want to check out HelloFresh, you can visit hellofresh.com and use code amyrauchyt50 for 50% off, and your first box ships free. I'll go ahead and leave links to everything down below and my coupon code, but in the meantime, I am gonna get to cooking. It's a new morning. I am starting off by drinking water, which I never do. I feel like I usually drink water after I finish my coffee for the day, which maybe that's just the type of person I am. Like some people can't eat in the morning. I don't think I can drink water. I'm finding it kind of nauseating to drink something with 0 flavor at all. My face is so swollen from allergies and just like everything right now that I'm debating if I should even put on eye makeup because my eyes are really bothering me, especially this one. I'm debating if it's like swollen to the point where I have to put makeup on because it looks so frightening, or just like I shouldn't put anything on it because it's clearly irritated. Maybe I'll just do a super light amount of mascara. My hands are like, I don't have a grip on anything because of the moisturizer I put on. I feel like I've talked about this before on my channel. I'm not a super awake morning person. I don't know why I ever try to film clips in the morning because I'm not upset to be awake. I'm just definitely not fully on until like 9:30, 10 a.m. most of the time. Plan for today is to go to work and then come home and get my car washed before working out. It's incredible how it's simply being lighter outside reminds me that I indeed can do things after work. I feel like in the winter I am so guilty of it being 4:30 and dark, and I'm like, well, that's the day. Like that's all you can do in a day, I guess. This eye looks so good and this one looks so bad and swollen right now. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm gonna finish getting ready for work and then I'll catch up with you guys before we head over to the car wash and stuff like that. It is hot in DC today. I just took the bus home and then quickly dropped off anything that was in my trunk because I am primarily getting the car washed because the inside is really dirty. It's a super bad time of year to get it washed just because the pollen is so insane right now. I should have showed you guys what the like exterior of the car looked like, but it's just hard without showing my direct surroundings or the license plate, you know, stuff like that. But I am about to drive over to at the flagship, which I haven't been to in a year or two, but I believe it's near Tenley Town, like Friendship Heights, like up north in DC. And they close at 6:30, so I do need to get a slight move on it. It's only 5:20 right now, but I assume it's gonna take me roughly 20 minutes to get there. And oh, somebody thinks I'm leaving immediately, which to be fair, I am. I just needed to film this clip. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll show you guys the after. I got off from work a little bit early today, which was nice because I needed to run a couple of errands on my way home before starting my evening. So I firstly stopped at Sephora. I was just picking up gifts for my friend's birthday and I don't know, I think it was a cute little collection, so I wanted to show them just in case, because I feel like sometimes I get stuck. I guess these are all really niche, but sometimes I get stuck with what to give my friends, so maybe this will be like a good inspo or help you think of ideas for your friends. So the first thing I picked up, which I didn't realize it was this small, I pre-ordered from Sephora and then, or not pre-ordered, pre-order wasn't the right term, I did the curbside pickup, but I just picked up this Too Faced lip injection plumping mobile kit, which I was hoping would be a little bit bigger, but it's just 3 sample sizes because this is one of her favorite, or at least a product she's been loving lately. I don't know if I'd consider it a favorite of hers, but I feel like Sephora has a lot of kits for various brands. If you know what brands your friends like, it might be a good way for them to try different products or different variations. I know she has one of these, but I don't know. I want to say it's the middle one, so maybe she'll like one of the other ones even more. And then I stopped at Goodwood on my way home, which is one of my favorite stores in DC. If you haven't checked it out, it's mainly furniture, home decor. They have a little bit of clothing as well, but I picked up 2 things for her here. Again, both kind of niche, but I feel like could be applied more broadly to other people. The first one being this mini notebook because she has this really small bag that she always wears. I guess it's primarily out to bars and restaurants, but she has a job where she's doing a lot of site visits. So I thought this would be the perfect little size notebook to fit in that bag if she's ever on site and needs to write something down. I wish they had more neutral colors, but I feel like this is a good color option for her. And then I also picked up this really pretty plant potter, which is pretty wrapped up, so I don't want to fully unwrap it. But also, sorry, I'm recording on my phone because my camera's just not working right now. But I picked up this little pot. This was only $18, which I feel like is a really good deal for handmade pottery and any home decor item in DC. I feel like normally I pick something up and it's like 40 or 50 bucks, but I really liked this. I thought it would match her home well, and she just got this big bookshelf in her living room. This is like way too much detail that nobody cares about, but it's a bookshelf that has plants on it and she's starting to accumulate more plants. So I figured this would be a good fit for her home. And then the last thing I picked up, I actually ordered off of Amazon, and this company makes a bunch of these sets with various food items, but it's a make it yourself mochi ice cream kit because we are both obsessed with mochi, but they have a ton of other ones like mini donuts. I can't think of one other example right now, but I know that there are. I feel like this is just a really fun experience and gives you something to do on a weekend where you don't want to go out or you're just burnt out but still want to do something. I feel like kits like this are perfect for that. But before I went out tonight, I wanted to wrap all this up. I don't have a great bag for it. I was hoping everything would fit in this Goodwood bag, but I don't think it's going to now that I'm looking at it. I might have to like really strategically place these items. This just doesn't fit as well as I wanted it to, but I think it'll be okay. I'll just carry it carefully. But I wanted to package this up before I went out tonight because I have a really busy morning tomorrow and just didn't want to be scrambling to do it. but I'm getting ready to meet up with some friends on 14th Street. One of my friends is actually in town, which is perfect because, like I was saying earlier this week, I really wanted to make it an intentional goal to meet up with some friends that I hadn't seen in a while. So I feel like the stars just really aligned on that for me. So I'm getting ready to go over there, but I wanted to stop home after work before heading over there because I needed to change and just clean up the apartment a little bit. There's literally not even a 1% chance we end up here, but for whatever reason, whenever I'm going out with friends, I feel the need to just have my apartment clean, or like clean enough just in case. So both of those things have been done. This gift is not like well wrapped, but it's at least together and somewhat presentable. And Leo's been fed. He's playing in the paper that the pot came in, the extra paper. I don't know if you guys can hear him, but I think I'm gonna head out in the next couple of minutes. I just wanted to check in. Having a slower start to the morning and just doing a bunch of computer work that I've been meaning to knock out, but I wanted to check in on the list that I was talking about earlier in this video. Also, how cute is this sweatshirt? Let me show you guys in the mirror really quick. Adidas was super sweet and sent over a couple of items for spring summertime, and I am obsessed with this. I've been living in this since I got it. It's this little cropped hoodie and short set combo, and they're like the perfect combo for that in between spring summertime, because I love the feeling of sweatpants, but obviously in the summer, at least in DC, it's way too hot to wear them. So I feel like this has been my go-to for the mornings when I'm just running errands, and it's still a little bit cold outside, but you can feel that it's like warming up and you're walking, so you're getting in a sweat. And I just couldn't be happier with these two. So I got both of these in a medium. I believe they have it in this like rusty pink color as well, but it has a hood here on the back. It's like a nice crop length, and then it also has these thumb holes in it, which I feel like are really nice if you were to actually run or work out in this. It would just keep it a little bit more stable. Again, I really like the fit, and same with the shorts. I feel like they're a good loose material but still fit snugly around the waist here. And then I just have on a pair of the Ultra Boost shoes, which I've never had before, but they seem really high quality. I know it's one of their staple products, so that's not surprising, but I got them in this kind of sandy color, which I feel like will be nice because they won't show dirt as easily. They feel super sturdy but flexible at the same time. I need to look up what workouts they're best for, if it's like running or more weightlifting type things, but like I said, super comfortable and really versatile even for just athleisure or walking around. I believe they're having a few different sales on their site right now, so I'll be sure to leave this linked down below with my sizing along with the shoes and everything like that. So if you guys want to check it out, that'll be in the description down below. Also, while we're in here, I figured I'd show you guys the update on the bedroom. So as you can see, I have finished painting, which I feel like was a big step in the right direction. And then I did recently upgrade the bedding, which I can't decide if I like, so would love any input in the comments down below. The pillowcases for those two are in the wash, but they're just white and match the duvet cover. And then I brought in this blanket from the living room area to see if it tied everything together a little bit more. I still need to get a drywall patching kit for these holes on the wall because they're a little bit bigger and deeper than just spackle could cover. But I feel like honestly, it's not coming together in here. I think there's a lot that needs to happen in here to feel a little bit more homey still. I want to replace this mirror with a black arched mirror. And then this is the pile of stuff I was talking about earlier that needs to find a new home. I have a couple of these whiteboards that I want to hang up here and put a bunch of different like tickets and posters, stuff like that on there, which will hopefully bring in some color to the room. This might be the room that never gets fully finished in this apartment, but in the meantime, do we think this bedding was a good move, or it's like too florally granny, or is it trendy floral? You know what I mean? Back to the checklist though, I wanted to really quickly go through everything that I wrote out for this week and if I did or didn't get to it. So the first item of showing up for myself, being a little bit kinder to myself and following through with these items, I feel like I majority completed. There were a few things on the list I didn't fully check off, but I feel like I balanced prioritizing these items and also taking care of myself. So I'm gonna consider that one a win. Number 2, drinking 2 water bottles a day, I definitely accomplished, which is just a habit I've been needing to get back in the routine of, so I feel good about that. Next was to cook dinner for myself, aka just not Uber Eatsing McDonald's, and I did that. I think I cooked dinner every night here, with the exception of Friday night. I went out to dinner with friends, so feeling good about that. Working out 3 times this week. To be honest, I only did this twice just because random happy hours came up or other things came up that I wanted to prioritize. So to make myself feel better about not hitting 3 times a week, I guess I could have gone this morning, but I really wanted to get some like freelance work and stuff like that out of the way. I signed up for a class tomorrow before work, so it's not technically 3 times in a week, but I told myself I was gonna work out 3 times in the duration of this video, and I like half accomplished that, I guess. The next thing on this list was to check off 3 tasks that were weighing on me. So one of the ideas I had was to finish painting my bedroom. If you've seen, I think I showed it in my last 2 vlogs, I had painted everything but the top layer of trim, and I did go ahead and do that after work one day, which feels good. The second thing I wanted to do was create a record of my taxes this year. I had already paid them. Street noise. I had already paid them this year. I just didn't save it anywhere, like any of the proof of that on my desktop or anything like that. And then the last thing I had written down was to clean out my inbox, which I started, but I honestly didn't finish. My business account email has like 450 emails in it right now that are dating back to 2019, and the reason I've kept so many of them is because I just haven't added a contact list or an address book for any of the PR companies I work for, or work with, I guess. So I just need to take more time to do that, but I did start the process. Number 6 was to clean the apartment every night before bed, which I think I did every night. Maybe there was one night I missed, but I think I did do this every night. Number 7 was to get my car washed, which you guys saw I did. 8 was reach out to a friend I haven't seen in a while, which I did on Friday. Number 9 was to declutter 10 items. This was something I didn't get to because I ended up having more social plans this weekend than I thought I would, which I'm okay with that trade-off, but that's definitely something I want to try to get in the next like week or 2 checked off, just because as you guys saw in my bedroom, like that pile of stuff is just not great. And then the last thing on this list was to order something or gift myself something that promotes self-care, and I did go ahead and place an order with a Glossier for the Balm.coms. One on my nightstand, one on my desk, and one in my purse or my makeup vanity, and I'd run out of 2 of the 3, so I went ahead and placed an order for that. And then I think I also grabbed a roller ball of the Glossier You Scent, which I used to not like, but I think it's really growing on me. I remember trying it 3 or 4 summers ago and I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I've just been smelling it more recently, I guess, and it's really grown on me. And I know it smells different on everybody, so maybe my body chemistry has changed over the years. I don't 100% know how they, arguably wouldn't all perfumes smell differently on other people? Is that just marketing? Food for thought there. But I feel like as a whole, I did a really good job of checking off the list besides just the decluttering that I didn't get to. And I'm definitely starting to feel a little bit better. Not 100% yet. I feel like, again, that's still kind of evident, but I'm on the right track. But I think with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this week's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this week's video, and I'll see you guys next week.